style, comedy, issues, entertainment on Young VIP TV. The future is here.
Hello everyone, my name is AMARACHI CHUKWUMA. I graduated from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I attended Nigerian Law School Lagos campus, where I graduated with the first class. So I got the Director General's Prize for first class students, and I also got the award for the best graduating student in property law practice. How did I mentally prepare myself for law school? Before I came to law school, I set my mind that I wanted to graduate with the first class. And the kind of person I am, where I set my mind to do something, I see it through to the end if it is actually a good thing to do. So I had difficult days, but I think my resolve to want to succeed and knowledge that I had only one shot at law school helped me to overcome my difficulties. How was law school for me? Was it what I expected? I didn't really have any expectations for law school. I had heard negative reports before coming to law school how difficult it was, but I didn't want it to shape my experience. So I came into law school with a clear mind, because I believe that experiences are both what happened and the person's reaction to it, or his person's attitude to it. So I wanted to have my own law school experiences. So I came into law school with a clear mind, and I think it helped me a lot. Did I have any special reading method? I was a serial reader. I read in bits. I read anywhere I could, whenever I could. But I read mostly during the day. I slept at night. I attended classes. I paid rapt attention in class. So I read mostly my class notes. Like 80% of my reading was based on my class notes. I think just 5% of it was based on textbooks. And handbooks are actually really good, but I didn't really make use of them. How was my normal day in law school like, and how did I plan my time? My normal day in law school began at 9 o'clock when classes began, and ended anytime from 4, 5, or 6. So what I did was immediately after classes, I would go get food, and then I would come back to read. Like I said earlier, I read during the day because that was when I was most attentive, and I slept at night. So I went back to class after class to read, and then I would leave by 10, 11 when they would lock the gates to the classrooms. Come back to the hostel, probably gist with my friends, sleep, and then the next day, start the next day, basically following the same course. But I think Wednesdays and Thursdays were different because I had church and I had class fun. And I was not an executive in any, but I was really dedicated because it was a time for me to mentally unwind, to forget about law school, and basically to gain insights on on next step to take. Did I attend all the classes from day one's end? I think I did. I resumed early. I was part of the first batch of admissions that came out, so I resumed early. And before I came in, I knew the importance of attending classes. So I don't think I missed any, although the law school records would show different, because at a time we had issues with our thumbprint. So how the attendance works is that you thumbprint in the morning when you come in and when you leave, and you can thumbprint anytime in between. So all the thumbprints count as one attendance. So, but I think I attended all classes. Yes, I think I did so. Was I in a study group, and will I recommend it? I was in different study groups at different points in time. And what I would say is know yourself. So personally, I like to read on my own. Like sometimes I don't even want people to be present in the room when I'm reading, like alone. I mean literally alone. So I dropped out of the study groups at some point, and I started reading by myself. So you have to know what works for you. Did I have friends in law school, and will I recommend it? Yes, I had friends in law school, and I would recommend it 100%, because you need all the support system you can get in law school, both during law school and even after law school. But what I would advise is that make sure you have friends that are in line with your purpose. I cannot overemphasize this point. Was I in a relationship in law school, or was I not caught up with that? I was not in a relationship in law school, and I was actually deliberate about it, as I was deliberate with almost everything about law school. Like I said earlier, I knew I only had one shot at law school, and I wanted to give it all the attention I think it deserved. Was it all books for me, or did I go out to have fun? I reduced my social activities to the bare rest minimum, and so it was mostly books for me, and in retrospect I think I did the right thing.
On Young VIP TV, the future is here.
Bar final preparation, advice and tips. So if you're listening to this, you're probably about to write your bar final exams, or probably entering law school and you're wondering what is all this about. So what I would advise, firstly, start early, like hit the ground running. You might think you have time, but there's really no time in law school, and the coursework is a lot, and you have little time to assimilate. So start early, start on day one. Whenever your day one is, start. Second point, or second thing I would advise, is that you pick your friends carefully. If you work with the wise, you will become wise at some point. You don't even need to have the motivation. Like me, I didn't really have the motivation at first, but if you follow people who know where they are going to and who want to succeed, sooner or later it will rub off on you, and you would get to a point and you'd be like, oh, this law school thing is not so difficult. Like, it's something that is, like, I'm reading my books and I'm understanding, so it's not so difficult. And before you know, you would be the source of your own motivation. You won't even need to get motivation from people outside. So pick your friends wisely. And the third thing I would say is that do not give up. Many times you'll be tempted to give up. You wonder, is this all worth it? But do not give up. What I motivated myself with in law school was I kept asking myself, I just want to see what happens if I don't give up. I want to see the end results. Let me try. Let me not give up. Let me see what will happen in the end. And it paid off. So don't give in to the temptation of giving up. How did I feel when I checked my result and saw a first class? And was I expecting it? I'll answer the second question first. Frankly, I don't think, except you're marking the results with them, I don't think anybody knows what they will get, certainly. But before I checked my result, there was like an adrenaline rush, flight or flee, and I was always fleeing. I was hesitating. I was like, because I knew that in that moment, my 9 months of work was about to be decided by a click, and that click could reveal anything. But we thank God that it all ended in praise, and we're here today. When did I get to know I was president in property law practice, and how did I feel? The way the law school, the call to bar award ceremony is, we have 3 days for the ceremony, and we have 1 brochure. So the people who go in for the ceremony on the first day, they are given that brochure, so they have all the list of the awardees there. So from the first day of the call to bar ceremony, I started getting texts, screenshots, oh, congratulations, president in property, president in property. How did I feel? I was excited. I wanted, if I was to think of any, because I would get the best graduating student in, I wouldn't have thought of property law. But I was really grateful for having that award, because our property law lecturers in law school went above and beyond for us. So I was really happy to make them proud. I was like, yeah, we brought the award back home. So I was really excited to have that award. My best and worst experiences in law school. I would not say I had the best experience, because if I'm being honest with you, I just wanted to leave. But I had good days, and one of such good days was during the award ceremony they held in Lagos campus. It was usually at the end of each session they would hold an award ceremony, give prizes based on the snap test we did during the session. And during the snap test, when the results came out, I was so discouraged. I was like, am I sure my head is in this game? But when the award ceremony came, I was given best student in professional ethics at 1, and I think the third best in the MCQ snap test. So those moments were source of hope for me, because I was like, God, I see what you are doing. Oh, if I was able to do this, and this is how you blessed my effort, I have hope that even if I persist, that the end result is going to be great. And here we are today. For my worst experience in law school, would be falling ill. Like, you already have enough problems trying to get as much information in your head as possible, and then you add sickness to it. And so the days I felt, although it did not affect my going to class, but the days I felt ill were my worst days in law school. Is law school overrated? I don't think it is. But my advice would be that our Nigerian universities should take some of the burden out of the curriculum for law school, so that they can focus on more important things. But if it's overrated, I don't think it is. Any extra thing I'd like to say, my advice to you, if you're watching this, is that law school is doable. Law school is possible. And I think that was one of the things that helped me during law school. I always had a positive mindset that law school is doable, law school is possible. And that is why I'm making this video. That's why I'm making this video today, because it was the report of people who had been here before that kept me in law school. I'd always go on blogs, look at their testimonies, and I'll tell myself, okay, they could do it. It didn't look easy for them, but it was possible, it was doable, so I can do it too. So law school is doable, law school is possible, and don't give up. Thank you.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Also click on the bell beside it to get notified when we upload new videos.